Welcome into Drew Staley Diamond for Sunday, NFL Sunday playoff wildcard round, January 12th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down this slate of games. We got a 3-game card here for NFL playoff wildcard round. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. Helps grow the show, guys. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. It's the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. -8.5 or -9. That is the Bills as the home favorite. 47 and a hook being the total. Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York is setting the tone here with the Broncos coming in 10-7 on the year, 12-5 against the spread. One of the most profitable teams in the NFL. And Buffalo Bills coming in 13-4, number one in the AFC East division. The only team in the division with a winning record, 6 straight playoff appearances. So the experience on the Bills side, we'll see if it plays out on the field. I think it comes down to the matchup of the Denver Broncos defensive front versus the Buffalo Bills offensive front and Josh Allen being able to escape pressure. I mean, this is the least sacked quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen was only sacked 14 times out of all the starters. And the Broncos defensive front, the number one sack unit in the NFL was 63 sacks. So that's going to be a huge part of this. I think Denver's going to pressure them a bunch. I mean, we're asking the Buffalo Bills here, the market is, the odds makers are, to win by, double digits if you're looking to cash this ticket. And it's a team that just went 2-3 against playoff teams. They played in that AFC East division and under 500 against other playoff teams. And this Denver Broncos team, yes, it's their first time in the playoffs since Super Bowl 50 back in 2015. This is a lot better team. Yes, the defense was good. Bo Nix, I mean, he surprised a lot of people from his days at Auburn to Oregon. He's become a pretty good quarterback here. He's improved his accuracy. He's got more, athleticism than I think a lot of people give him credit for. And this is head coach Sean Payton. I mean, as an underdog, he's 40-25, 65 games as a dog. He's won 40 of them. That's a heck of a ATS run as an underdog here, catching points. They're catching a bunch of points. And the last stat for you from Ralph Michaels, I think this has some weight here in the wild card round. Playoff teams off of a shutout win, allowing less than 100 yards. So just in their last game, the Broncos checked that box, 6-0. Both straight up and against the spread in the wild card round. So let's jump on the Denver Broncos +9 here to stay within 9 points of the Buffalo Bills. If you want to sprinkle a little bit there on the money line, if you're looking for like one of those long shots, to make a run at the Super Bowl, man, if the Denver Broncos can get by the Bills, I could see them making a little run here in the playoffs. Guys, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles up next, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on Fox. Does look to be about 40 degrees and sunny, about 10-mile-per-hour winds in both of these games. Doesn't look like weather will be a huge factor other than being a little bit chilly. But, either way, guys, the Packers and the Eagles. Eagles, interesting here as I'm breaking it down, a full point difference from low water mark to high water mark. I'm seeing the Eagles -4.5 to as high as -5.5 as the home favorite, 45 and a hook being a total. This game on Fox, Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Green Bay comes in as the third place team in the NFC North, 11-6 on the year. The Eagles 14-3 on the year. They were 11-6 against the spread. Both teams made money, ATS, and 25 regular season wins. When you combine both the Eagles and the Packers, that is the most wins of any matchup in the wild card round. So both of these two teams, obviously good seasons. And some question marks at the quarterback position. Jalen Hurts, he should be back from everything I'm reading, concussion protocol, but he should be behind center. I would think Jordan Love as well. He left injured. I think I'm handicapping this as both guys come back and at least very close to 100%. And these two teams played in week 1. You might remember it. And I think it was the first game of the NFL season in Brazil. It was 34-29. Philadelphia did win that. There were some issues, with the turf, things of that nature. I wouldn't bring too much from week 1 now playing in the playoffs. Instead, I think this is more of a coin flip game, guys. I think this go either way. If Philadelphia wins it, I doubt they're going to be able to blow out Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay's 10 straight wins outside the division. They were 1-5 in the NFC North, probably the best division in all of football here, but not playing in division, against Detroit and Minnesota. They won 10 straight games here. Actually, their last loss was against the Eagles in Brazil. And last year, if you remember, the Packers, they were kind of in the same situation in the playoffs. And sure enough, they were catching +7 against the Dallas Cowboys. They won that game 48-32. I think they surprised again here, guys. And I got another stat for you I think carries some weight here with the wild card round kind of trends. And that being dogs that scored 3+ touchdowns in their first meeting. So meaning these two teams are playing again. And in the first matchup, Green Bay scored 3 or more touchdowns. That team in the playoffs, in the next game they play each other, is 20-11 against the spread. That's 65%. The Packers checking that box, guys. Hey, I think it comes back. I think we get a competitive game here. So let's put the 5.5, the high water mark here, in our pocket. That's the Packers +5.5 over the Eagles. We do have the one night game, and guys, that is the client play, a 5% max limit. You can get it at WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin, some 100% trends going in this one. So it's been a nice run in the NFL. That's a premium pick, the number one WagerTalk ranked NFL handicapper the last 4 years, kind of the long term by totals profits. So you can check that out. Max limit 5% going in the Sunday night NFL playoff game. So guys, that's going to do it for the show. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We got the Green Bay Packers +5.5, and we got the Denver Broncos +9 to get us going here on the Sunday NFL slate. So the dogs hopefully are barking here. Thanks for tuning in. Smash that like button, comment below, cash those tickets. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.